Okay, so in continuation of our study of joints, last time we had discussed synchondrosis, one of the types of cartilaginous joint. So the next part is knowing what cartilage is all about. So we'll have a short discussion of the cartilage. Cartilage, as we know, is one of the specialized connective tissue. There are general connective tissue and the special, along with the bones, muscle, nerves. Cartilage is one of the specialized connective tissue, and we find that there are three important forms of cartilage which are seen in the body. Those important forms are hyaline cartilage, elastic cartilage, and fibrous cartilage. These three cartilages together at different places, they constitute the different kind of joint. It's not that the cartilage is only present in these joints, which we call conventional joints, or the joints between the two bones. Cartilage are present elsewhere also. Elsewhere also in the form of, like in the wall of the blood vessels or in other soft tissues. Cartilage is present. But here right now we want to see the properties of these cartilages, and as we know further that all these cartilages, they are basically composed of simpler structures. They got cells, right? They have got matrix, an extracellular matrix, and they got fibers. And the cartilage, it is surrounded by membrane, which we call as perichondrium. Perichondrium is present in certain cartilages and is absent in certain other cartilages. So depending upon this, we will further discuss that how we can differentiate these structures. Let's first of all take one by one these properties of the typical cartilage, one by one, and then we'll see how we can differentiate all the three kind of cartilages. First of all, cells. Cells, as you know, the primary cells in a cartilaginous tissue are chondrocytes. These chondrocytes, as they are present in the matrix, which we'll discuss later on, they are active cells and continuously secreting the substances which are formed inside the cells, and then they are distributed to the matrix. So to say, the structures present within the matrix, they are basically secreted by the cells, the chondrocytes, and in general, those are substances which we call as the aggregans or versicans. We'll come to these terms later on. What are aggregans and what are versicans? We discussed last time that the components are certain sulfated chondroitins or keratins. So the chondroitin sulfate, basically, they are termed as aggregans, right? They are termed as aggregans. So they are produced inside the chondrocytes, and then they are shifted to the matrix, where they further perform other function, like they get attached to the hyaluronic acid chain, and then they get connected with the collagen fibers to form a meshwork, a strong meshwork having good compressibility and other properties of the joint. So chondrocytes, they secrete aggregan, or in the case of the fibrous cartilages, they secrete what we call as the versican. There is a slight constitutional difference, which are shifted to the matrix, right? Now, what is a matrix? Matrix is a substance which is all around the cells, right? And as matrix is present, say there is a cell, this is a chondrocyte, and it is secreting substances all around it. Right? There are substances. These are aggregants. And there are these cells, particularly in the hyaline cartilage, they are present in short groups, which we term as the nest. Like nest has so many eggs. So generally inside a hyaline cartilage, these chondrocytes, they are present in a group forming a nest, and they are secreting what? Aggregants. So this zone where the nest is present, we usually call it the territorial zone. This is territorial zone, and the site, the part of the matrix away from it, that is termed as the extraterritorial zone, or sometimes interterritorial zone, because there is one nest, there will be another nest, there will be another. So there will be territorial zone around them, and what is the zone in between? Interterritorial. So territorial zone and the interterritorial zone. What is the difference between the two? Territorial zone is rich in aggregants, because as they are secreted, they'll tend to lie close to the nest. And as they are further diffusing and reaching the interterritorial zone, their concentration is slightly less. So this can be visualized in a high resolution also, that this area, the nest area, territorial area and the interterritorial area, they are markedly differentiated. They can be markedly differentiated from each other. So this is matrix, right? Third thing is the fibers. Now fibers in these two, hyaline and elastic tissue, particularly the collagen fibers. The collagen fibers. So how you will see, in the hyaline cartilage there are collagen fibers. In the elastic cartilage there are collagen fibers in small amount but lot of elastic fibers. And in the fibrous cartilage there is rich collagen fiber. Whereas in the hyaline cartilage there are type 2 collagen fibers. In the fibrous there are type 1 as well as type 2 cartilages. Here are type 2 plus elastic cartilages. Right? This is the difference in the fibers. In hyaline there are type 2 cartilages. In fibrous, type 1 and type 2 cartilages. In elastic, along with the type 2, there are elastic cartilages also. And you wonder what are types of the cartilages. In fact, there are about 28 kind of collagen fibers. 28 different kind of collagen fibers, which have been named as 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 28. And there is no science behind that. Which kind of collagen fiber was discovered first, that been given number earlier. सबसे पहले को the first one was given the number 1, and subsequently 2, 3, 4. Till now we know about 28 different kind of collagen fibers. Structurally they are slightly different from each other. That is the part which we will discuss later on. So fibers are present in the hyaline and the elastic cartilages, as well as the fibrous cartilages, the chondrocytes, they are secreting it, right? In the elastic cartilage is also being secreted by the chondrocytes. And in the fibrous cartilage, there are additional fibrocytes also, fibroblast cells, which will produce additional fibers. So the chondrocytes, they will only form those aggregants which are termed as versican here. They will form versican. The chondrocyte present in the fibers, they only form the versican, and the fibers, they are secreted by the fibroblast cells, which are additional cells which are present in the fibrous cartilage, right? And then they are surrounded by a layer, perichondrium, which is consistent in hyaline and the elastic cartilages, but it is deficient in the fibrous cartilage. Let's just catalog it first. So there are 3 kind of cartilages: hyaline, elastic and fibrocartilage. So they got cells, right? Which kind of cells are present in hyaline? Chondrocytes. In elastic, we have chondrocytes. In fibrocartilage, we have chondro plus fibroblasts. Right. Second is the matrix. The matrix here quantitatively there's a large amount of matrix. The amount is large. Here the amount is less, and here the amount is least. Means the thickness of the hyaline cartilage is far more than the elastic or fibrocartilage in terms of the matrix. In terms of matrix, of course, this one has got lot of fibers in comparison to this. So matrix is like this, and what in the hyaline cartilage, what is the kind of what is lying in the matrix? Aggregans. Here again, aggregans. And what is present here? Versicans. And so what is the difference between aggregan and the versican? Aggregan is composed of chondroitin and keratin sulfates. Right? Whereas the versican, it has got only chondroitin. So just having the only chondroitin has big implications, which can be discussed later on. So the matrix is different from each other in this particular way. Then the third thing is